Hey guys, if you are a cycler, a mountain biker, you have to know about bike fitting. Odds are you do know about bike fitting, but do you know about what really is a good bike fit? We're gonna talk about that today. What goes into a solid, really good bike fitting that will give you more power, give you a better ride when you're on the mountain or when you're on the road. Let's get into it. You can take a lot of these things we're gonna talk about it and can compare it to the bike fits that you've had. So if you've had a bike fit and it doesn't have some of these things we're talking about in there, I'm sorry you haven't had a bike fit. You've had somebody eyeballing what's going on and that is not a bike fit. So let's talk about what goes into a good bike fit. Number one, you have to have a physical assessment. Whoever is doing the bike fit has to be able to look at your body, take into account who you are as a human and apply that to the bike. We do bike fits at Vulcan. We get really into the details with it. We really dive into it. So what we do when we look at a physical assessment is we lay somebody down on the table. We look at hamstring length, we look at quads, we look at can you actually enter into the position that you need to enter into on your bike to have a good ride or to have a very powerful ride. There's several different physical components that we look at. And I don't know if you don't look at the physical components of the rider, I really don't know how you can adjust the bike. So we look at all that so we can adjust the bike properly. Within that physical assessment, we have a mobility screening. So if you have mobility limitations, we can do one of two things. We can set your bike up so that we can actually address those mobility limitations. We think this is a great thing to do for training. So if you're trying to train, you're getting ready for a race, whatever you're getting ready for, we would like to train you so that you can work on your mobility deficits while you're riding. On the flip side, if you're about to compete, if you've got a competition coming up, whatever it is, we want to set your bike up to work with the mobility that you have. When you're competing, it's not time to train, it's time to go, it's time to compete. So let's adjust the bike to fit it based off what you have currently. It's two different trains of thought. We can set it up either way. And really, if you're training, if you're competing, we can have two different fits for you so that we can go back and forth and we can adjust it as the training that you're doing based off your mobility limitations. We can adjust it for when those limitations are less and you become a better rider. This is some of the cool things we can do in a bike fit. Finally, we're gonna get you on the bike. We're gonna look at how all the physical adjustments we just made, how you actually look on the bike. And we're gonna do a power testing. We like to do a pre and post power testing with any bike fit so we can actually see if what we have changed has worked, okay? So if you are going for competition and you want to increase your power, we know through a bike fit, we have the potential of increasing your power somewhere between 15 and 20%. That's incredibly significant, especially if you're riding for 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is. Also on the flip side, if you're not worried about competing, if you just want a comfortable ride and you don't want to be, hurting when you get off the bike, we can set the bike up for a comfortable ride and still give you a lot of power output based off that ride. So a lot of our bike fit is around how much power can we give you. And like I said, normally after a bike fit, we can increase it by somewhere between 15 and 20%, which is very substantial. Guys, that's what to expect in a bike fit. We do a lot of these. We think we have a really good assessment. Odds are if you've had a bike fit before, you haven't seen this much detail go into it. And that's why we have built it the way we have, to give you as much as possible in a bike fit so you can get out there on the mountain or on the road and not be worried that something's lacking. So check us out. I'll put the link in the description for what goes into our bike fits and how you can access us for a bike fit. And again, guys, it'll help you a ton. All right, see you later.